The real estate market continues to cool down in Toronto. The Toronto Regional Real Estate Board released the stats for June. Home sales are down 41% compared to June 2021. The average selling price rose 5.3%, hitting over 1.14 million. And homes are taking a week longer on average to sell, with an average of 24 days on the market compared to 17 in June of 2021. Joining us now for more is Brett Stein. He is a real estate agent based in Toronto from Stein Realty Group. First of all, thanks so much for joining us today, Brett. Before the pandemic, even leading into it, a lot of market watchers we were speaking with were saying the housing market is red hot, white hot, and due for a correction. So it appears we are in that correction right now. The question is, how much more of a correction could we see?
Well, thanks for having me, Lois. And of course, in hindsight, yes, we all should have seen this coming. The last couple years have been wacky. I mean, I'm talking about end of 2020, beginning of 2021, where interest rates on a fixed mortgage were 1.6%. Money was extremely cheap and everybody wanted to buy. People were refinancing their homes at unbelievably low rates to buy a cottage, to buy a second condo, whatever it might be. And fast forward to July 6th, we're looking at fixed rates of over 5%. Obviously, that's a huge disparity, a huge change in a short period of time. So, of course, as your interest rates go up, your monthly payments go up and buyer confidence drops. Mm-hmm. And as we continue to see rates go up and more hikes, that's going to continue to happen.
Yeah, and Brett, when it comes to interest rates, as we're in for another increase, we're expecting one. How are you advising your clients when it comes to mortgages, when they're looking at variable versus fixed rate mortgages?
Well, it all depends on what your goals are, and that's why real estate is so awesome and why I love my job, is because everybody has different goals and different plans. But the number one most important thing is to do your math. Right? If prices are going to continue to drop, how much are they going to continue to drop? If you're getting a $50,000 discount, how does that compare to a 1% raise in your interest rate? So you have to know what your numbers are and what you can afford on a monthly basis. Create that plan with your real estate agent so that you can go forward and attack opportunities. Because for buyers right now, there are opportunities that you can capitalize on. You really have to, make a conscious decision to wait for opportunity rather than to just wait indefinitely until a news article comes out that says you should go out and buy.
And if buyers are looking right now to make a purchase, how much could they expect to be able to negotiate on price?
Well, I mean, when the market was crazy, you didn't want to offend sellers because there was so much competition out there. You basically wanted to give them anything and everything that they would want. Right now, I mean, the table's open for negotiation. Lowball offers are coming in on houses hundreds of thousands of dollars lower than the asking price. And as a seller, you can't get offended. You have to play ball. So if you're a buyer and you see something and there's not a lot of competition on it, act fast, and that'll give you an opportunity to negotiate. A lot of people are desperate to sell right now because they've already purchased their next home. And in order to get that financing, they need to sell, and they need to sell quick.
Right, and what other advice would you have for sellers at this point? Are you telling them to adjust their expectations when it comes to how much they could get?
Well, that's the most important thing, is expectations, and that's our job as a real estate agent, is to manage those expectations. We need to be telling people that they need to expect lowball offers, that we need to work with buyers to find a happy place. But my number one piece of advice right now, if you're looking to make a move, would be to sell first. In the craziness of the market, everyone was buying first because they know that their property would yield a fantastic sale price. Now, with things a little bit more up in the air, sell first, know how much money you're going to put in your pocket. That way you can budget accordingly for what you're going to buy.
And just finally here, very quickly, Brad, is there a difference when it comes to prices for homes, detached homes versus, say, condos at this point?
Yeah, there's a huge difference for sure. I mean, the condo market, to put it delicately, is cold right now. I have multiple listings. I know agents all across Treb who have multiple listings that are sitting, that are not getting the kind of showings that we're used to. And buyer confidence for condos, as they continue to build more and more and more of these skyscrapers the demand is low right now. So sellers need to, either realize that they should hold on to their condo and rent it out because, of course, rental rates are going up, and that's a whole different story, or they need to adjust their price expectations in order to sell.
All right. Brett Stein, real estate agent from the Stein Realty Group, joining us on this. Thanks so much for your insights
Thank
today.
you so much.